What is going on, YouTube? This is Tyler with False Neutral Media. Alongside me, my co-host, my brother Trevor. And we just had the race of a lifetime that we've all been waiting for in the 250 West Coast. Levi Kitchen and Hayden Deegan. We finally got it. The race we've been waiting for, the battle we have wanted, dude.
The race foretold
in the books of old.
The tomes even.
Yeah. I don't even know where to begin besides I'm glad it wasn't a mutter and our picks were pretty close.
I was a little off on some, but I'm willing to concede.
Yeah. 450 we were spot on.
Number
Prado,
one.
yeah. Eli Tomac definitely winning it. Definitely glad that we called that. But I think, I said Roxon and someone and Prado and Prado getting hurt. But we'll get into the 450, but 250.
Yeah.
Mains, dude. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Max Anstie with the whole shot, taking off, having a good pace with Hayden Deegan coming up, passing him, and the PC Cowie charging. Fastest lap time too, with a 49.947 of the night.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
I think it's one of those things where, like we said, I think the only way that Hayden is going to lose is if misfortune is placed upon him. But seeing Levi in his home area of Seattle actually taking the charge to Deegan, and he didn't just like get a great start and was like, yay, we're going to battle the whole time. Like Levi had to charge through some people to get up to Deegan, capitalized on mistakes, was picking really fast lines, and watching him go back and forth all race was like, yeah, man, this is what we wanted.
Yeah.
We wanted battles. Guess what? I wasn't mad about any of the contact.
No.
Wasn't mad about any of the contact, and neither were they. Deegan even talked about in the post race. He talked about in the podium making some jokes and stuff, and they're having fun, but both of them were in high spirits, congratulating one another. Levi even said, this is the greatest race I've ever raced.
Yeah.
Right? And he got second. He's won before. He's won races before. So for him to go, this second place was probably my favorite race I've ever done. This was sick.
So entertaining.
Awesome. And there was contact, but there was smart racing. There was good line choices. And it really ran down to the wire.
Yeah.
And I was very happy to see it. And I think it will renew some confidence in Levi Kitchen, especially if he's going for most of that main. Cameron McAdoo was keeping up pace with it. So like the fact that like Hayden's got Max Anstie, and Max Anstie, even though sick, is obviously sick on the podium, as we saw. Hope he gets checked out. Hope that all that is good, because want him to take care of himself. But seeing that Hayden has Max Anstie and Levi has Cameron McAdoo, who like is showing that he can battle and keep up pace to the best of his ability, with the wild card of Ryder DeFrancisco, was a wonderful race. It was the makings of greatness.
Yeah.
Seattle Seahawks had just won the Super Bowl, right? They did their celebration. It was a spectacle of wonder how fast they got the track together with the limited time they did.
Yeah.
Great job to all of the people working on the track and the production team. That's crazy.
Yeah.
To be like, as soon as they left the stadium to go on the parade, we were like, get this shit out of here.
I think they started Wednesday, putting it all up. Yeah, Wednesday.
They started right after they did the ceremony for starting the parade for the Super Bowl, because they were like, oh man, they need the stadium right now. They just won the fucking Super Bowl. So seeing how fast the track crew got to work and gave us a track where like I was looking at and I was like, I'm gonna be so real. none of this track looks like something I want to ride.
No, dude, it
This
looked
looks
gnarly.
brutal. Dude, that triple onto the table and then off, I was like,
On a 250.
launching. Levi Kitchen and Hayden Deegan launching. And I loved, like, even Levi said, he goes, yeah, man, I love the crowd screaming and yelling, but it got to a point where I couldn't hear my bike anymore. And I was in the whoops, like, I'm in the wrong gear.
No,
So
yeah.
I think it's awesome, dude. Max Ansey giving Levi his flowers as well. We got to see Deegan. He was like, I was thinking of, doing a meme on you over the finish, but he's like, I couldn't do it, dude. It was
Yeah.
just too good of a race. And this is what I've been saying this whole time. I go, Deegan is dominant. He is
Yeah.
the fastest 250 rider, I think, East and West.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get to the shootout, and he's going to prove it again. But that's what I'm talking about is, Deegan, if you go out there and just race and have a good time, you can still stomp the competition and totally have a working relationship with everybody next to you.
Yeah.
Now, it made it even better when he got up and he's like, I am going to say this little thing on the podium, and was like,
Set it ass back.
all I'm saying, dude, is it sounded like he got up there and he was like, hey, kitchen, if you can't stand the heat of the kitchen, get off the train. And then everyone went, okay. Is it? Huh? He's like, everybody in Kitchen Town, there's a new bike. Me, I'm a guy. I'm a regular guy. I'm Kitchen Town, man. And you're like, okay. And then the immediate backtrack of him being like, I'm just being real. I'm just kidding. I'm just because it's like, he sat there in his rig and he was like, and when I beat him, there will be a new chef in this kitchen. And they're like, that's good. His PR team sitting there and they're like, that's good. Go with that. Gets up there. He's like, I had to let the chef know there's a new kitchen in town. And we're like, he said, I'm the whole kitchen. And in a way, I have a feeling Deegan fans will be like, no, it actually makes sense. Where Levi is the chef, Deegan is the kitchen. And I'm like, stop. Just fucking stop. They're like, no. Deegan meant to say that, dude. He is the kitchen. And I'm like,
well, dude, even he said it backwards, like, Hayden, we mean what you know, right? But also that literally gives it even more clicks for those views. So it doesn't even matter. And he knew that he messed up. You obviously saw on the podium when he was laughing about it. He's like, oh, wait. But I thought it was funny. But you know what? At the end of the night, from the battling going back and forth, I don't think anything was crazy aggressive. They were out putting on a show. This is what we all were waiting for. I thought Levi was going to be a little more aggressive and bang bars. He was in his own world. He let Hayden bump into him. He basically did the whole Joe Shimoda at SMX, just let him toy with him and still race his race. That is, as a rider, that has to be so hard to do, to block that out, focus on your lines, you're racing, when you could do it immediately back. But then at the back of your mind, you could go down or something, you could break your collarbone. Anything can happen when you play those games. So honestly, at the end, when they came over the finish line, both of them, to shake hands and do some fist bumps, like, I thought that was honestly wholesome. And so, dude, it was just so good. So good for the sport. The fans were, you could barely hear, the people commentating, Ricky and Jason commenting, because the crowd was just going insane. Everyone standing up. Like, that by far is going to be one of the races to be marked down as one of the best battles
in the 250 class.
Yeah, in the 250 for a while. So I'm excited. I was so stoked for that. And, Max Anstey, he rode great. Like you said, he is battling whatever's going on since A1. So hopefully,
Mhm.
he gets that checked out. Ryder D. Francisco was my wild card, place in fourth. Awesome ride. He
Mhm.
looked phenomenal. And Cameron McAdoo, I
Yeah.
believe he did make a couple mistakes.
Mhm.
But dude, that track was so gnarly. It looked so slick. But who's kind of the rider that stood out for you? Because at one point there was all Yamahas up on top. Especially like we're not
Mhm.
gonna talk crazy about like the heats, but Yamaha for a manufacturer right now is looking really powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's only going to grow with their East Coast lineup in
Yep.
terms of who they have racing for East Coast. You have Cole Davies, who's going to be there. Pierce Brown, if I'm not mistaken, going to be on that coast. So, like Yamaha as a manufacturer in the 250 class is obviously a very dominant manufacturer.
Yeah.
Michael Mosiman did very, very well. I just think this track was fucking brutal. There's
Yeah.
no other way to say it. Like watching it, I was like, the fact that people are keeping the lines together in the way that they were, we were seeing people slam, dude,
Yeah.
like really bad. But I will say, in the top 10, consistently surprising me is Parker Ross bringing in these top 10s
My
and
dude.
absolutely consistently staying in that top 10 conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And if I'm not mistaken, first year,
I
first year
with Bar X.
with this team,
Yes. Yes.
first year, new team, top 10 in the 250 SX West division is not an easy task. You've
Yeah.
got Hunter Yoder, who's been absolutely crushing it with his consistency. Max Volan is refusing to move from the top 5, top 10 conversation. Michael Mosiman has said, I'm going to be up here no matter what. Cameron McAdoo coming back from injury and saying, there's no way I'm not in the top 5 conversation. I'm not
Yeah.
having it anymore. Right? They gave me a triple digit number, and that was enough to make me angry. I would like to be top 5.
Yeah.
So it's like, altogether, right? We're seeing Carson Mumford is doing good, bringing in top 10s.
Lux
And this is
Turner.
Lux Turner is doing good this year. He didn't do as great in Seattle, bringing in a 12th place. But I will say, dude, very much surprising me has been Cameron McAdoo week in and week out, where I'm
Yeah.
like, I expect at some point for like it to wear him down a bit, but every single main he is shooting out of the gate being like, I need to be in the front.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to coast and hope that I can draft off of other people. He's really putting in the work, and I'm excited to see where he turns out, especially when we get into these shootouts.
Yeah.
Once you get into those shootouts and stuff, it's really anybody's game because you're lining up. You've got Hayden, you've got Levi Kitchen, you've got Max Anstey, you've got the whole Yamaha brigade, right?
Yeah.
Lining up with you. All the PC Cowie boys to whatever they can muster in their bannermen. They're all lining up, and it's like, this is a prime spot for Cameron McAdoo to be like, I need to be in the top 5 conversation for both coasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
I
I
agree.
think we're going to see some more out of Cameron McAdoo, but he surprised me. But also, I'll be real, Ryder DeFrancisco has really grown on me in
Yeah.
terms of surprising me when I've kind of counted him out a little bit, which is my own fault. But
Yeah.
you called it. You were like, wild card Ryder DeFrancisco, and he was looking good. He was
Yeah.
looking very good. But those are my thoughts. Also, without glancing over it, Max Volan should be in the conversation of people impressing people because
Oh, 100%.
he's putting it together, and I think we're only going to see him continue to do that. So,
100%. Yeah. They crush it in the heats, but going into the 450s, it was also entertaining.
yeah.
And the only thing we were right on is our picks, like we said, was the number 3, ET3. Eli Tomac taking it, Cooper Webb getting the whole shot, and ended up in second. So that was honestly awesome. I can't believe we both kind of counted out Cooper Webb. So I'm a little bummed on that, but I mean, he looked absolutely phenomenal. And I know that I think our wild cards too were both Prado, and Prado ended up getting hurt in qualifying. That was a
and
nasty
was ripping. It was
crash.
ripping.
Yeah. I think he was pretty, I think you said it earlier that he had the fastest lap time, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, yeah, he was looking really
Jorge
good.
Prado, 50.600
Yeah.
in Group A qualifying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and then Justin Cooper, dude, it looks like he's getting it together, pulling all the different lines and making it work during the race. So I was actually pumped that he was able to take third, and then two other riders that I was bummed that they went down, but Hunter Lawrence and our dude Roxon.
And Roxon was our pick.
Yeah.
Roxon was in the conversation. I was like, dude, you can't count Roxon out. He's
Nope.
fucking flying.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it. Hunter, you've already talked about this. He's like, I felt like a fool. I felt like an idiot. I can't believe I fucking did that racing incident. He's taken accountability for it. Was the line fast? Yes. That line was a straight up cross jump, though.
Cross
that
rut.
line or cross rut. Inherently, you were going to come into contact with somebody.
Yes.
You knew you had speed going in, and you knew Roxon was there. At the end of the day, right, Hunter chose to pull the trigger on it. It backfired. I think the shitty part of this is it didn't affect both of them.
Yeah.
He got up and he finished in fourth. Next thing you know, we got Ken Roxon in 10th, and he's a lap down.
Yeah.
After being on fire and pushing a charge to the front. It sucks, dude. And we could say it's a racing incident. But I do think we need to be responsible in calling out. I'm a Lawrence fan. I like Hunter.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have pulled the trigger on that fucking line. That line sucked. It was dangerous. You chose to do it. It ended up screwing like one of the nicest dudes in the sport who's consistently there battling and is actually in points contention for the championship alongside you. So it looks bad. It looks really bad. And that wasn't the only aggressive move that Hunter did clawing to the front. I want to bring up how he was passing AP. He definitely ran AP, and there were multiple other riders where like he was getting close. And it's like, again, dude, let's not ride desperate. You have the speed. You can put this together.
You have the red plate. Yeah, you have the speed, everything. And not to me, like, and you pointed out earlier, because not only does I wanted to ask you this too. Not only did that cross rut, join in, and I think Roxon, where his line was, he had to take that outside into that main line. But when Hunter came in, you called it out, because I was like, people were saying that he was already falling. And I was like, oh, it doesn't look like it, but I didn't see his left foot. You caught that. So do you think if his left foot possibly didn't get caught and kind of yank him back a little bit, do you think that pass would have been a little more cleaner?
Yeah, because you have to think the kinetic energy of him moving forward is delayed by the fact that his leg got caught.
Yeah.
That's going to cause drag. That's going to cause him to slow down. If he had had the momentum, I think there's a world we saw that pass work fine.
Yeah.
It's the fact that as he goes to make that pass, if you watch closely, his left foot gets smacked.
Yeah.
And he starts to compensate with the weight, because the Lawrence brothers use a lot of kinetic movement. They're using a lot of, I'm using the momentum of my body weight and the bike to move myself into these lines.
Yeah.
So when we see him flowing like that and the flow gets disrupted, it throws off all of his equilibrium. He has to move his body weight to the side. And what happens? He hits in one rut, in another, eat shit. And where does that throw his body weight? Right into Ken Roxon, where Ken Roxon's already in that established line. So it's just one of these. I think one, Hunter Lawrence is dealing with the pressure of, I have the red plate right now.
Yeah.
I cannot let Tomac win. If Tomac wins, I lose this.
Yeah. And he didn't
So
get the
he's
best start too, so he had to
no,
make it up.
he's under a lot of pressure. And this is the thing. I've said this about everybody. Just because you are under pressure doesn't mean it's super sick to be putting everybody else out there at risk. I've said it about Deegan, where I go, yeah, dude, when you're riding balls to the walls to get through the pack, that's awesome. When you're landing on fools, that's not awesome, right?
Yeah.
How many times have we seen people charging through the pack and Ken Roxon's trying to make it past lappers? His people are charging and he gets cross-rutted by him and eats shit. This has happened to Ken Roxon so many times, and I think Hunter knows that, which is why you saw as soon as people asked him about it, he was like, I felt horrible, dude. I felt really bad, especially when I found out he couldn't get the bike started. Like, but this is a part of the sport, and I think the answer to it is Ken Roxon's going to come next week on fire regardless.
100%.
It's only going to push him to go faster. Hunter, what you need to do is recenter yourself and understand that consistency over riding out of your element is the key to success. And if you don't believe me, look at Cooper Webb.
Yeah.
Cooper Webb has the race IQ to go, that's a sketchy pass. And if I do that, I could put myself in trouble or you. But we've also seen Cooper Webb do the same mistakes when he went for AP just a couple rounds ago, right?
Yeah.
I went in for the pass and I thought I had it, brother, and we ate shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, this shit fucking happens. We didn't crucify Cooper Webb for it. We went, that was a dumb move. But what did he say? That was a dumb move. I shouldn't have done that. What did Hunter say? That was stupid. I felt like an idiot, and I'm really sorry. That was a dumb move.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it is I think we have understood that there were a couple things that made it a race incident. But at the end of the day, that race incident, the trigger was pulled by Hunter, and it's just about getting himself in a space where the mindset is consistency in riding within my means.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to push it where it's safe. That corner with the sand, brother, it's slick as fuck.
Dude, it was
you
deep.
didn't have the foundation to land there.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So,
and then
it is what it is.
And then speaking of, I didn't want to cut you off because you were on point with everything, but going back just a little bit to Kenny having to sit there and he couldn't start his bike on the heat race, the 450 heat race, his bike, while the 30 board was up, his bike stalled and shut off. So he had to kick it. He kicked it
and get the whole
shot and took off. And then in the second heat, Cooper Webb, his goggles snapped and broke while he was stretching it to put his goggles on. The band broke. He put it on last minute, whole shot and gone. I was hoping like, dang, dude, these guys.
At the gate was the Oracle of Delphi.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it was just like, oh my gosh, like I think these two are gonna be pretty dominant tonight. But Eli just sticking it out and dominating. But I thought it was good,
and good for Eli after last weekend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Eli after last weekend, man, he was fucking pissed.
And like we said after Houston, like he is hungry, especially after that going down and all that and having to deal with it. I'm stoked. I think it's gonna be down to the wire with Supercross with these guys still. The points are really close with the top 5, I believe. Maybe even the top 6, 7. Chase Sexton, again, I think he's just trying to figure it out. I don't know how good he feels at Seattle. But, taking, P5 on the night isn't bad, but we know he could do better. I believe he washed out, the front tire again or slid out. But he had his work cut out for him. I don't think the bike was just really flowing and connecting with him as we we've seen. But no, what is it? And I think Malcolm Stewart had
Malcolm
a
with the sixth.
yeah, he had a six, but I believe yeah, it was this race. During the heat, he ended up going down pretty hard, face planting into one of the lips. I believe yeah, he came up short. So I'm glad he's okay. AP was 7 on the night, which is awesome, as we've talked about, coming from where he was out for the rest of outdoors last year, just getting back into it. So you know what? I'm not. I have nothing bad to say about AP, because he's just a stud and getting back into it. And I think we're going to see AP back at his full level, racing 100 and 110% coming outdoors as well. And I think he's just saving himself for that. Joe Savacci taking 8th, not too bad. But yeah, Anderson too, taking 12th on the night. And he had some definitely some ups and downs this past weekend for sure. But one person I saw taking 8P18, Ty Masterpool on his Yamaha.
No support.
No support out there, good for him. I think it is awesome. I hope someone honestly helps him out, picks him up, or can be a fill-in ride. Because that kid has so much talent, man. So much fucking talent. I was bummed that, the contract or whatever he had with PC had to come to an end. I was hoping he was going to be on Star just from what we kind of saw, but he was just testing out the Yamaha just to see how the Yamaha felt. So I hope good things happen for Masterpool. Maybe possibly coming in for outdoors, I hope. But
I've got a bit of a hot take on that, but when it comes to the Cowie, I think it's, if I can be honest, I think feeding Garrett Marchbanks into the 450 world was like tossing him to the wolves in a bit. And I think Ty Masterpool, who has infinitely more time on the 450, especially the Cowie, could have been a better pick for Kawasaki.
I mean, Marchbanks took 22nd.
But
and he's been having issues.
But that's what I'm saying is, hey, dude, like, I think Garrett Marchbanks needed a little bit more time. I think he needed a little bit more time. And now you've got somebody like Ty Masterpool who is looking for a ride. And it's like, but we've seen him be successful on the 450. So, like, I think it's one of those, like, me personally, I just feel for Garrett Marchbanks, because it was like, his announcement moving to the 450 kind of took everybody by surprise and had a lot of us being like, is he ready for that? Because we just saw him being like a top 3 contender after I hadn't seen him really doing a whole lot. So it was like moving him up to the 450. It was like
too soon.
I think it was way too soon. And I think that he's paying the price for it. And I think people could be like, Cowie's paying the price. I think Garrett Marchbanks is paying the price for that. I think he's trying to put it together, but it's rough. But I hope Ty Masterpool gets a ride, because I think he can put stuff together, and that would be awesome to see. But I do think in the 450 class, this is the season that we were wanting.
Yeah.
Right now, we're looking at the point standings. First and second is 1 point. Hunter, coming back for fourth, holds on to the red plate, the number 1 plate. Holds on to the red plate. But Eli Tomac is 1 point behind. Going into this next round, how are you feeling with the 250s and the 450s? What are your predictions?
Well, it's going to be a total shift change, rider change, because we're going to the East Coast, Arlington, Texas,
Mm-hmm. So we got to talk about East Coast.
Yeah. But I to leave us on the West Coast the way Hayden and Levi did. It was like if you were watching your favorite show, it was all leading up. Boom. That was the last episode till season 2, which is the showdowns, which I cannot wait. But
That's called the climactic arc of the hero's journey.
yeah, what Trevor said. But big news for East Coast. Our boy Joe Shimoda is back and gonna be in there. He is fully back, and I think it is gonna be an amazing East Coast season. We got Cole Davies, Bennett.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Pierce Brown, Joe
Adams.
Shimoda, Drew Adams. Oh my gosh. Austin Fortner's going back to the 250. Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to miss any other
Casey
riders.
Cochran.
Casey Cochran. We have
Jalik Swole.
a big lineup for this race with riders that we are excited to see. Tracks are going to be different, with the layouts and dirt, weather, etc. But I am absolutely excited. I'm going to say it right now. I think it is going to come down. These are just I'm not even going to say we got to watch the first race before we could kind of go with championship standings. But for my top 3 picks for the East Coast, I'm going to say Cole Davies, 100%. I'm saying Cole Davies. Oh, man. Cole Davies. Pierce Brown.
Okay.
Joe Shimoda. Because I want to say Joe Shimoda first or second, but with that neck injury coming back, I think he's going to take it easy, see how he feels with this first race back. But I'm not going to give him the benefit of doubt with taking a top 10 or top 5. I think he's going to come out from where he was. He is eager to come back, pumped to come back. Top 3. Wild card, I'm going to go with Bennett.
Okay. I'm going to go.
Yeah, it's.
Hear me out. I'm going to go.
Yeah, it's tough when we haven't seen these guys ride or race lately besides what they post on Instagram or their teams post. And I mean, they're all looking good and ready to rip.
I'm going to say, because we've got Seth Hammaker.
I know, dude, it's so hard.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, these are my picks. Here we go. Let's see if I can shoot from the hip. I'm going to say top 3, interchange them. That's how I'm going.
Okay.
Top 3, interchange them. Casey Cochran.
Okay.
Okay. Seth Hammaker. And I'm going to say Cole Davies, wild card, Jalik Swole.
Honestly, though, I
love Joe Shimoda. I am not, and this is me being a good fan of Joe Shimoda. I am not expecting you to come out and stomp the competition after breaking your neck a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Take your time. Feel good on the bike. If he comes out and wins, I will happily eat my words and go, yeah!
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. That's why I want to give him, top 3, because we know his speed, we know what he's capable of. He's excited to be back, and he is. I mean, dude, he put Japan on Motocross Nations on the map out of I don't know how many years. I mean, SMX, he won. Like, dude, the dude is just an absolute animal. So it's hard to say, like, dude, you're not going to be a top 5 guy, or whatever. But that neck injury, we're just going to see how it goes. So I'm excited to see what happens. Um, you know, but I think after we see the first couple races, we're going to be able to kind of put together who we can select for the championship or top 3 of the championship after like 2 or 3 rounds on the East Coast. But 450s,
I would also say for the 250 East, I wouldn't count out Nate Thrasher.
yeah, it's
Especially
stacked.
because it. Okay, hot take. I don't know if it's stacked or if it's an equal playing field.
Honestly,
I don't know if it's stacked. I think it's full of new blood. It really is. The most
Hungry,
senior,
yeah.
fastest person in the East Coast right now, in terms of standings from last year, is Joe Shimoda.
Yeah.
Joe Shimoda's coming back after a neck injury.
Yep.
I'm not expecting him to be at the top, but if he is, I'm very happy about it. Other than that, all of this competition is at an equal sort of playing field. Nate
Yeah.
Thrasher battling Jalik Swoll for the win doesn't surprise me in the East Coast. Casey Cochran rounding out the top 3 doesn't surprise me in the East Coast. Austin Fortner, top 5s, wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Looking at who we have on the East Coast, I think it's very interesting. We also have Cody Schock, and Cody Schock has shown that he's consistent.
Yeah.
250, 450, he can put things together. We may be looking at the East Coast division where Cody Schock puts it all together and goes, fuck it, I'm winning this
Yeah.
shit.
Light work. Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know how good Cole is doing, right? We haven't seen much of him at all since last year. Didn't see him in much, like, so that's what I'm saying is when we saw him in we saw him in SMX for a little bit.
Yeah, and I think he rode like 1 or 2 of
Or
the
maybe
outdoors.
even test footage. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
just to
we
come
weren't,
back. Yeah.
we weren't like, oh my God, he's fucking back.
Yeah.
So it's like seeing him in Supercross where he's really tried to make himself dominant. Cole Davies could take this whole thing and sweep it for all we know.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is everybody in this field has a chance to compete for this top 5.
I agree. I think you nailed it right on the coffin there. I think you're right. It's all going to be equal playing field, 100%. So that's going to be super exciting with 450s. What are your top 3 with your wild card?
Top 3 with my wild card. I'm going to say Ken Roxon, Eli Tomac, Chase Sexton. Wild card, Hunter Lawrence.
Okay. Hopefully we hear that Prado is okay and is going to be able to race. If that is the case and he is back, I'm going to say I think Ken Roxon's going to win. I agree with you on that. Ken Roxon, Eli Tomac, Chase Sexton, and yeah, my wild card, if he's back, Prado. If he's not back, then I'm probably gonna have to go with oh man.
I just know, dude, when you slam like that, it takes more than a week to get back to form.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you get what I mean? That's why he
there.
wasn't.
But
Yeah.
if he's not, then I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to say Cooper Webb. for the
Solid pick.
wild card. So
Solid
I don't
pick.
after what we're seeing and he's putting it all together, I do not want to cancel Cooper Webb out, and we should not.
He is doing what he does every year. Right when he hits this point, next thing you know, you're like, the fuck he on the podium so much? And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here, man. Like, and you're like, where'd you come from? And he's like, I struggle with the first couple of rounds, but once I put it together, God do I.
Yeah.
So that's a solid pick. I like it.
Yeah, so I'm excited. We got East Coast and the 450 battle of the year going on between Hunter Lawrence and Eli Tomac. I'm excited with a bunch of other riders trying to make up points and stay in contention with the points leaders. So leave a like, leave a comment, make sure you hit that subscribe button because it definitely helps the channel grow and reach out to more of the moto community. Do you have anything else before we end here?
Joe Shimoda's back.
Joe Shimoda's back. Let's go. East Coast. We will see you after Arlington. This is False Neutral Media. Peace.